Welcome to the MS Gym podcast, where we give you the tools to live life by design, not by diagnosis. I'm your host, Brooke Slick, and here we go. Welcome to this week's episode, where I'm going to give you all an exclusive look at one of the many advantages of being part of the MS Gym membership community. It's called Buddy Groups. But before I do that, I want to back this up a little bit and add a little more clarity as to the difference between the MS Gym and the MS Gym membership community. First, the MS Gym is the world's largest online provider of free, neurologically based exercises and movement methods designed to use the power of neuroplasticity to retrain the brain to move differently in order to correct unhealthy movement patterns and improving communication between nerves, muscles, and joints. All of this free information is easily available on the MS Gym website, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Second, the MS Gym membership community, which currently has over 1,600 members, is a subscription-based opportunity with such benefits as MS-specific movement plans and exercises tailored specifically to your needs. Programs such as Sitting Strong, Movement Camp, Companion Guides, and BGB Boot Camp in both standing and sitting versions are just a few of the detailed, customized programs that you won't see anywhere else and are specifically designed to reteach your brain how to build alternative neuromuscular pathways. Basically, you work around the nerves damaged by MS so you can get your life back. Another fantastic benefit is the new MS Gym app, where you can access all of the programs that I just mentioned anywhere you go, right from your phone. But at the core of the membership community is a private Facebook group called the Members Only Corner, where members from around the world can interact with each other for advice, support, and direction. It's from this community that Buddy Groups came to light. It was a perfect opportunity for members to form small groups of like-minded individuals to meet up through video software such as Facebook Messenger and Zoom to chat and exercise together. A buddy group can be based on your location, whether it's part of the US or the UK or Australia, your interests like travel, knitting, crossword puzzles, and the like, or it could be based on your specific MS-rooted problem area like foot drop, balance, wheelchair challenges, or dexterity. It can truly be whatever you want it to be. If you're interested in creating or joining a buddy group and you're already a member of the membership community, just do a search for hashtag buddy group in Facebook's Members Only Corner, and you'll find all the instructions and any guidelines that you'll need all right there for you. Easy peasy. Here's the fun part and the reason for today's episode. I was fortunate enough to have the members of the original buddy group, the MSfits, agree to allow me to interview them all at the same time. I wanted to know exactly what goes on behind the scenes, what a typical buddy group session looks like, sounds like, what are they talking about, what are they doing, how long do they last. I wanted to know it all, and that's exactly what I got. Everybody, let's welcome the MSfits. Welcome, everyone. Hello, MSfits. Thank you so much for coming in. We have with us Tracy, we have Tim, we have Rebecca, we have Claire, we have Sarah, and we have Alexa. And the really cool thing is they are all MS Gym members who are from all over the United States and over the pond. Sarah is in the UK. And each one of you, if you could tell us where each of you are from, that would be great.
I'm from Michigan.
Tracy?
I'm from Port Orchard, Washington, about an hour from Seattle.
Rebecca?
I am from Southern Maryland, about an hour outside of DC. No, actually not that far. It's like 40 minutes.
Claire?
I'm in Syracuse, upstate New York, but originally from across the pond.
That's right. Sarah?
And I'm from the UK.
Cool. Where exactly in the UK?
I'm from West Yorkshire. West Yorkshire, yes. It's sort of North England.
Cool. And
Where there's lots of
Alexa?
rain.
Albuquerque, New Mexico, originally from New Jersey.
Awesome. Awesome. So obviously we have a bit of an eclectic group here. You guys, how long is the Misfits? I'm saying MSfits because you're called Misfits, but it's spelled MSfits aptly. How long have you guys been together as a group?
It'll be 2 years in April.
Awesome. And how did you come together? Like, how did you find each other within the MOC? And I'm going to refer to MOC many times, which is the members only group. How did you find each other within the group?
Well, I started the group with another lady, and we just decided we wanted to find a group of people that we wanted to work out with. And we're like, who looks fun? Who do we want to get to know better? So we just picked a few names and said, well, I think we'd like to get to know them better. Sent messenger messages and say, hey, do you want to work out with us? And they're like, maybe. I don't know. We'll
Good for
see.
you.
And that's the thing.
How
So
that happened.
first of all, how many times a day, a week, a month do you all meet? And you use Zoom. Zoom is your software of choice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we try to meet twice a day.
Wow. And each of those times, what are you doing? Like, what exactly are you talking? Are you exercising? Are you doing both? Are you doing puzzles? Are you crossword puzzles? What are you doing together?
We crossed it.
Cross stitching.
It's an addendum to the hand Bristol circuit.
No, we meet twice a day, and originally we sort of talked for say 10-15 minutes, and then we did a core exercise together. We all do our own core, and then we'll do a companion guide together. But like Rebecca said earlier, there's been quite a few of us with ailments here, there, and everywhere. So it tends to be in the morning we'll work out. We meet early in the morning and we work out then. And then the second meet, sometimes we'll work out and sometimes we'll just say hi to each other.
And when you
But in
say work out, are you saying you each are pulling up? You're doing you're working out with programs from the MS Gym.
Yeah, screen
Programs
sharing.
from with the members only group.
Yeah, because on
The
Zoom you
different
can screen
movements.
share. So we screen share a companion guide, and then we'll all do it together.
Follow along.
Okay. So one day might be, core, one might be foot drop, one might be, so you're varying what you're exercising on, or are you constantly using the same ones over and over, or mixing it up?
In
We've
the
basically
beginning,
done-
there was a. Sorry, Tim, go ahead.
Tim, you were
We-
saying?
We've basically done the foot drop companion guide since we started our buddy group.
So that's something consistent in your playlist.
Yes, for the past 2 years.
Cool.
So sometimes like we all have different workout things that we need to focus on. And so if whatever is up next on our playlist, so to speak, then we also do something called everyone do your own thing. And maybe we will we'll do whatever it is that we need to focus on, but we'll do it together at the same time while we're still on the screen share or screen together.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. So during a particular time, like, let's say one of you may have suddenly found that you have a symptom that's bothering you more than it had in the past. So you'll concentrate on that.
Yeah. We all have, like at the beginning, we all had our own, we still do, we've all got our own like workout schedule. And at the beginning, we'd kindly hand them all over to Rebecca, and Rebecca would see, like, say, 2 or 3 people would have foot drop to do, so we'd incorporate that somewhere in the week, or 2 or 3 people had hip flexor to do, so we try and incorporate that. And then there's other times when, like Rebecca says, is do anything you want. So I'll put, say, my exercise up on my phone, so I can still see everybody on, you know, on my iPad on the big screen, but on the phone I can see Trevor shouting at me to, you know, sit on a lacrosse ball.
So you guys are organized, it seems. I mean, you've got your act together, I think.
Yeah, it was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right, guys? There was a certain program, morning and afternoon, and then Tuesday, Thursday, whatever the other one is, Saturday. Would be, yeah, I've got MS.
Yeah.
It would be another, and Rebecca would change it every month. But yeah, now we've got the group evolved, and we've got more specific directions for our symptoms that, like Sarah says, we tend to do our own thing, or
You can freestyle.
yeah, we can freestyle. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, okay, so one portion of it is exercising. What's the other half of the picture? I know you guys, you're big into accountability. You're big on supporting each other, even if you think there's, for instance, even if you think there's something that you're not going to be able to make a certain day. Do you find that you're each pulling for each other, encouraging each other? Listen, you can do this. Come on.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Well, I think the
Absolutely.
other thing we have is we have a messenger chat group, so we send a lot of texts back and forth during the day.
Oh, cool.
They have like emoji wars where someone will start a thread and they'll just keep sending out all these pictures and comments, and it's kind of fun.
The gift wars. And then, of course, at the end of the day, we all check in, which is the accountability portion, saying, you know, I did this companion guide, I did my core, I did the other companion guide, or I've had a rough day and could only manage this or this. So that's really important.
I would say that is super awesome for me personally, because, like, let's say, for example, maybe yesterday this might have happened where I was like, oh man, I have to check in. And, oh no, I don't have anything to check in with. Oh, I better do blah, blah, blah. And so it's a really great motivator to make sure that and that I'm on track and that I'm feeding my body good movement meds.
Rebecca, I found in the members only group a conversation or a post that you made that I think's really cool and indicative of how your particular buddy group supports each other. You said, I just had to share. Every buddy group works differently. Ours works out together twice a day, visit for 15 minutes first, and post a daily workout check-in to keep us all accountable each night. Today, I thought I was only going to be checking in with foot drop, which we had done together in the morning. The power of suggestion, though. I really didn't think I had it in me to do my core today, but then voila, one of my buddies encouraged me with getting my core done. Today, everybody in our group inspired me in some way, some even because they just led by example, and I ended up with a great movement day. Super grateful. I thought that was incredible. I mean,
That's typical. That happens all the time.
It does.
We are all constantly encouraging each other, even if it's just with our presence or just with a check-in, even like, oh, was checked in, yay! It's really good.
And if someone is absent, like some of us, me being the guilty one, are absent. If you get in a rut, I just sort of disappear. I just don't turn up. But there'll always be someone that will video chat me and say what's going on. Are you okay? And help pull you out the hole. I think we all do that.
So it's almost it's like a family. It's like a family.
Definitely.
That's exactly what it is. It's a family. And if it wasn't for these guys, I dread to think where I'd be. I mean, 2 years ago, I was struggling and I really, really needed a buddy group. And I found these guys, and yeah, now it's brilliant. And whenever, you know, my mindset's my biggest fight. And whenever I've got it, I can either just Zoom everybody, or I can call just one person up, or or even just write something, and everybody gets it. And that's what's so good, because we're all so different, except for we all get each other.
And that's another thing, because I was thinking to myself, you're all of different ability levels, correct? I mean, and some of you have relapsing remitting, and some of you have PPMS, and some of you have, you have different, but you all seem to make it work. So I think that's really cool that you're able to kind of calibrate things so you're all getting what you each individually need, even though you're doing it all together, you're each getting each individually out of it as well.
Yeah, true.
Definitely.
I think that there's this thought that buddy groups, if you're going to be in a buddy group, you have to have something in common with everybody else. And that is not the case for us. We are all, like you said, Brooke, we are all different. We have different abilities. We have, our commonality is having absolutely nothing in common except us. So
that's so cool.
And we're all dedicated to like, we all want to get better. And I think that's true for pretty much anyone in the MOC.
Right. We're looking for a better way, a solid direction, guidance, support, and of course the awesome information provided by Trevor, which you're not going to find anywhere else. You just aren't. It's as simple as that. How long do you typically stay on your calls? I mean, you guys are doing it twice a day. You're laughing. What's the story?
We've been known to be on for like 2 hours. We actually pay for our Zoom account, because otherwise I think you get 30, 40 minutes. Yeah, that wasn't working out so well. So we bought a Zoom membership so that we can have unlimited buddy group time.
We have a sort of,
especially if Rebecca or Tracy have to use the restroom, so we have to take a break.
yeah, that happens a lot.
There's that. Yeah.
We're supposed to have our chit chat social catch up for the first 15 minutes. And I'm supposed to be the timekeeper, but it doesn't always sort of work out that way. And we, before we know it, sort of 25 minutes, 30 minutes has gone by and we haven't worked out. But it's all good because we're all sharing good stuff or bad stuff. It's just stuff that we can all help each other with.
And that's why we ended up coming up with the 15-minute chat session time limit at the beginning, because we are all social bugs.
Yeah.
We like each other, and so we talk together. So we had to put a limit on ourselves before we work out, and if we want to visit more after, then we do.
Now, I spoke to Tracy briefly last week, and just to get some ideas for our conversation today, and she said something that I thought was really cool. And she said that sometimes you will and I told her jokingly, I said, so you guys are self-medicating. And when I say that, she said, one of you guys might come on and, let's say you have a wrist problem or you have a foot problem or something, and the other might jump in and say, oh, you should do XYZ from this program or this program. I'm doing this long enough that you know it right off the top of your head. So, is that something that you guys do? And I think if you do, it's awesome for you guys.
Yeah, everybody, Trevor encourages you to moderate, adjust some of the exercises, and you might be really stuck and think, no, I can't do this. And you mention something and they say, hey, no, try it this way. And you know, that's what's really cool. We can all just bounce off each other and, you know,
We
yeah.
all have different experiences with different symptoms. We also, you know, just because our brains work a little bit differently, we might pick up on things that Trevor says or suggests or whatever a little bit differently, and have another perspective that is helpful to somebody else in the group. And that is one of the that's another awesome thing about our group, is that we can do that, and we do.
Yeah, just share some tricks and tips of the trade.
Yeah.
Another really cool thing that the Misfits do, and this is just a little bit of Misfit advice for everybody. Did you know that the best sleeping tricks are to do the neck range of motion and then ladder breathing, and then you'll sleep like a baby?
Oh. And then the best one for foot drop I found anyway is doing the neck, or Trev's latest kinetic kitchen little piece, doing that, and then doing the hand wrist elbow, and then anything like neck, hand wrist elbow, and then you'll find that your walking will improve, and breathing, of course, and breathing.
I know people keep mentioning this breathing lack, you know.
I know. I never used to breathe, and I breathe all the time.
I'm telling you.
Apparently, Trevor says I need to breathe while I walk. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always say I'm
knew?
a shallow breather. I'm a very shallow breather because my lung capacity is like Zippo, because it's like in permanent MS hug. I don't have the MS hug anymore, but it's almost like it's locked in place.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't breathe deeply. But I know
Hey, you know, Brooke, there's a companion guide for that.
I was gonna say, anybody want to medicate me? Anybody have a prescription?
Oh, I'm sure that they're going to tell you, so I'll tell you anyway. I was missing something in my workouts. I've always been pretty disciplined, but I needed some social contact and some fun people. And I'm a social introvert, so I'm not. Although people say that I yatta, and I don't. But anyway, so the Misfits were asking people if they wanted to come and do a guest appearance on with one of their workouts. So I did that, and I thought, these guys are so funny. Rebecca's just a crazy lunatic. Tim is as white as an owl. Tracy's all sparkly and bubbly. Alexa's just a Miss Animal lady, just hilarious too. Sarah's a fellow Brit. So anyway, I thought, well, yeah, I like this. So I sort of turned up for the next one and the next one, and I never really left. So
Never left. It's the greatest thing ever.
I know, and I'm the senior member, so I thought it was my responsibility to keep these people in line, but it doesn't seem to be working.
You failed.
I failed. Yeah.
I think it's the opposite way around. Think we've kept you in line.
You know, I think that could be true. Could be true.
Yeah.
Some of you have met in person, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Who all has met each other out of you all?
I've met Tim and Tracy and
Alexa
at Summit last year. Was it last year?
2 years.
2 years. 2 years ago.
Cool.
And I've gone and visited Tracy for a week or longer.
That
Okay,
is so cool.
I just have to say that was so cool, because that was like Tim's mom was like, "What do you want for your birthday?" It's like, "I want to go visit Tracy." How cool is that? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's so cool. All right, I have a question for each of you. If you could each give me a separate answer. What do you think your life would be like if you weren't part of a buddy group? And Tim, we'll start with you.
If I wasn't a part of the buddy group, I'd probably feel more isolated and sheltered. And, that's the way I look at it. That's how all these ladies are like really like my best friends. I mean, we've discussed our lives together. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I think it's important. I didn't even think of it, but Tim is the only male in this group, and you'd never know the difference. I mean, they don't.
no, I know when to close my ears on certain topics that are talked about. So.
You all make it work. Tracy, what about you? Where would you be without your buddy group?
Well, I knew that I'm a very social person, like we talked about earlier, and I knew I needed that accountability and that friendship. And so I think just like Tim, I would be very isolated and lonely. And I don't know if I would have been able to actually stick with the programs in the MS gym without the support of my buddy group. Actually, I know I wouldn't have been.
Interesting. Alexa, what about you?
Well, I think I was kind of an accidental entry into the MSfits because I got in right at the beginning, but one of the founding members got me in, and I barely knew her either. So, I mean, I think I got a lot of people. I mean, I probably would have still gone to Summit, but I probably would have sat in the corner. But this way I went to Summit, and there were 4 of us, and we just kind of did everything together. We kind of hung together. And I think that this really helps with accountability. I'm not sure I'd be as involved in the MOC or the MS gym if I didn't have a buddy group. Because we can tell each other anything. I've also gotten some really great recipes. Because they post recipes and pictures of food and things like that as well.
That's a cool idea. How about you, Miss Rebecca?
Oh, honestly, I really needed this buddy group. I needed the buddy group more than I even realized I did, because this group keeps me accountable and on track and doing my exercise and doing it even when I don't want to. And if I didn't want to, I mean, honestly, sorry, Trevor, I probably just would not have done it. And I would just, oh, I'm too tired. But now with the buddy group, it's like great inspiration. Like, I need to do this. It makes me feel better. So, accountability for me.
Awesome. How about you, Claire?
Well, I found that it's too easy not to exercise pre-buddy group. You could like, I should do it, but I can't be bothered. So, these guys really help being involved with them. Plus, if your threat bucket's full, you're going through personal struggles or broken shoulders or whatever, you've got the support of these guys who are just like family, seriously. So they have helped me enormously, and especially with mindset, really.
Awesome. Sarah?
I guess I'm the same as everybody else. Before I joined, somebody was a member. She's not a member anymore, but she joined me up because she knew I was looking for somebody to be accountable with. I wanted somebody that I could say, yes, I've done this. Because if I don't tell anybody, I won't do it. And I needed that, and I needed the mindset. And, these guys have really sort of helped me through my mindset. They've made it so that I enjoy working out now. And I look forward to checking in,
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, you know what else? I have something else to add. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But I mean, surprise! No, but something people will say, oh, you shift screen or whatever, you're so dedicated. No, I mean, I have a selfish reason for that, and that is because well, 2 reasons. I actually like these people. Like, we've actually become friends and stuff, and so I'd like to see them. But it's also like good motivation knowing that other people are waiting there, and so time to get our MS movement meds groove on.
Right.
It has become, you said it earlier, it's family, and we all love each other, and we're all accountable for each other, not just ourselves anymore, but for each other, you know, and that's really awesome to know that somebody else has got your back, and you know.
One thing I love seeing is people's improvements and victory on a daily basis because I
Yes.
witness it every day.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I think that something else that's really cool is that every single person in here inspires me. Like, legit. I am inspired. You all inspire me. Inspire me to good stuff.
Where's my tissue?
Be the best you can be.
It's very heartwarming. The whole thing is very, very heartwarming. Like, just to witness this all, and you know, of course, they're only hearing you, but I can see you, and the love is definitely there. It's just it fills my heart. That's for sure. And I think that it's wonderful that we're able to bring to members of the MS Gym, the members only group, and the free groups, to give them a peek inside some of the benefits that lie within the members only group. And it's not just about exercise. It's way more than that. It's having it, and even beyond your buddy group within the MOC, the members only group, the encouragement that people receive within that group. So, you know, I really appreciate you guys sharing everything today. I think it's given everybody, I'm looking over my list of questions, and I think we pretty much covered everything. Is there anything that any of you would like to add to the conversation before we
Yeah,
go?
I just want to add, yeah, the MOC and the MS Gym brought us together, but actually we don't just talk about gym stuff and fitness stuff. It's like, you know, we'll talk about, we all know each other's husbands and, you know, families' names. We all know what they're up to, you know, and that's what's really cool as well. You know, we're friends, we're part of each other's lives.
That's incredible. Loving it. Absolutely love it. Again, all of you, thank you so much, from one side of the pond to the other, one side of the US to the other. Thank you all so much for giving us an inside look, a behind the scenes look of what a buddy group can be, and is for you guys. So I thank you so much. So we'll talk to you all soon.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Brooke.
Thank you.
For more information on the MS Gym, check them out at themsgym.com, on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. If you'd like to know what I've been up to lately, you can find me at brookslick.com. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode of the MS Gym podcast.